Hi everyone! Thought I was having some technical difficulties, but we're here! Okay, give me 2 seconds. Gotta plug in my piano. Okay. Hi everyone! Happy December! Good morning! Good morning! I'm so excited to see everyone. Hi Kylie. Hi Emily. Okay, I'm like out of breath. I forgot to move my piano back in here because I moved it to another space and it all has to do with what I'm announcing today, which I'm so excited. But let's start the morning like we always do. Oh, can you hear me? You can hear me okay? Okay. Let me know. Yeah, Brittany, see if you can leave and come back. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's start the morning with just sharing where we're at, sharing how we're feeling. How's your December going so far? I hope everyone's enjoying the holidays and just having a relaxing, cozy December. We are going to take a little time today to answer some questions. I will open the chat up. So if anybody has anything that they are wanting support around, anything that they want coaching on, you guys know the drill. If you have a question about something, you can pop it in the chat. Or if it's like a long question, you can just put me in the chat and then we'll unmute you. If you are wanting to work on a song today, let me know. We can work some songs. Let me know what you guys are needing. And we'll go from there. And then we'll take some time at the end I'll announce what's coming in January. And yeah, we'll just close out for the year. Hi, Catherine. So everyone, let's just start. You know what? We'll start today. Let's just start with gratitude. One thing that you're grateful for, put it in. Oh, Kylie says me. Okay, let me unmute you. Let me unmute you. Kylie.
Obviously, I'm driving right now. I just got out of the gym, but
Oh, nice.
I can do a celebration and an ask.
Uh-huh.
It was my birthday on Tuesday, and we did karaoke the Saturday before. So last week Saturday we did karaoke, and I did pretty good. And the question that I have is, when I'm in chest voice, I'm always like under the note. I need to submit my video because I had someone record me. I'll put it on the Telegram chat. But when I'm in chest voice, it's like in my ear, I feel like I'm on pitch. But when I listen back to the recording, it's annoying because I feel like I'm like just like under the pitch.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
the exercises are ways to help. And I could feel it like in my throat. I mean, we were drinking, like, you're
Yep.
trying to sing.
Yep.
And man, it's just annoying, And it's funny because everyone was like, oh, you did so great. You did so great.
Yes.
But when I listen to the playback, like, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. So first up, I just want to say happy birthday. I hope you had an amazing birthday. I
It
love
was so amazing.
Yay! Oh my
Found
God.
my new joint. Like, I've been in LA maybe like 5 years. Part of that was during the pandemic. And I had a place in Hawaii that I used to go to all the time to sing. I finally found the place. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so epic. It reminds me of the other place that I used to go to. So I'm like, yeah, So that's also my celebration.
That's
Yeah.
a huge celebration. Yes, finding your place where you can, yes, sing, express yourself, just a place of joy. I love that for you. And I love that you went to karaoke on your birthday. That sounds like the best birthday ever.
Yes.
So I'm so glad you had a good birthday. And yeah, let's talk about whether we go flat or sharp. I will also say I have definitely sung with alcohol in my system, and I think for everybody, actually that's not true because I know a lot of singers and musicians that play when drinking, and some people do totally fine. I am not that kind of person. Like I feel like as soon as I have a drink of something, one, I get dehydrated. Two, like the technical stuff just kind of goes out the window. So I will say, yeah, drinking when singing will probably hinder a little bit of the technicality. But I'm curious when you're in chest voice, and I haven't heard you sing in chest voice in a while. I feel like the last thing that we were working on was your mix. So
Right.
I'm wondering if maybe in chest voice, you're either, because pitch is all about breath pressure. So we're either
Mm.
like letting too much air flood out of the vocal cords, or we're squeezing too much and we're not letting enough air. So I'm thinking if you're falling flat, maybe there's just a little bit of extra air flooding out and it's kind of bringing you under the pitch a little bit. It's not as
Okay.
clean of a sound.
Yeah.
So what I would do for that, what exercise I would do is like a very spoken, like no. So in chest voice, I would do like a no, 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 no. And something that helps me also, just kind of like adding a little bit of physicality, is just doing like a point or some sort of physical movement. No, 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 no. Just to kind of think about getting right on that note. Or maybe if you're feeling like you're falling flat, kind of feeling like you're bopping the note on the top of the head. No, no, no,
Yeah.
no, no. Rather than kind of getting up to it. But if it's in chest voice and it's in like a comfortable range for you, it's not out of your range.
Yeah. I probably should have went into mix on that
Mm.
on those, and it was like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and that's another great thing to talk about is when we are in chest voice and kind of trying to push our voice up past where chest voice wants to go. That could
Mm-hmm.
also result in a little being under the pitch. That will always be flat. That's rarely sharp. Because if we're trying to pull up that chest voice and trying to squeeze the sound out further than it wants to go, instead of lengthening and stretching into the mix, that could also cause some strain. So, what song were you singing? I'm curious.
Etta James at last.
Oh, so good. Yeah. I mean, that one's pretty. I think it could be the breath pressure, just the amount of air that you were using or not using. And then if did it feel strained at all when you were going into the place where you kind of thought it needed to go into mix? Do you remember?
No, no, I was playing it back. No, it wasn't. It was like at the top, but it
Yeah.
wasn't like at the tippy top where it was like, it was
Yeah.
still comfortable. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it could have been maybe like right in that, I mean, probably around that A flat B, right where it kind of we want to kind of start going into a mix there. Um, and maybe it was just kind of right at that place in your break that your chest voice wanted a little bit more flexibility to be able to kind of stretch into those higher notes. But you weren't giving any flexibility. Your vocal cords were like trying to squeeze it out. And so there wasn't any give. And so if you're trying to push past and there's no airflow or head resonance, that could also be just a result of kind of going under the pitch.
Okay. No, that makes sense because I was like, oh. And because I was singing songs that I like are on my playlist
Oh yeah.
and I haven't practiced it with the new techniques, I was like, I could feel myself reverting. I was like, no. And it's one of those slow motion things where like, I'm reverting. How do I fix it mid? It's okay. Everyone's enjoying it. It's fine. But when I listen to the playback, I was like,
Yeah.
I can hear it, you know?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I totally understand. I totally understand. And I bet you did way better than you think. And I'm sure no one was thinking about, "Oh, she sounds a little flat or sharp." No one's thinking about that. But I would be curious to if you want to send a clip of the video in just so I can hear what's happening. Um and just give you
Yeah,
a pointer or two. Yeah.
I'll drop it in the chat.
Okay. Okay. That sounds good. Um,
And
yeah,
honestly, I wanted to drop it in the chat earlier, but I was a little bit ashamed. I'm like, no, it's fine. Like that's what this is here for, to help me with that.
exactly. Yeah. Oh my gosh. The amount of times I have gone flat or sharp on stage singing, the amount of times I have not quite hit the note or cracked on a note, you know what? It is so normal. And there, yeah, you have nothing to be ashamed about. The voice is not you. You know what I mean? Like, my voice is not me, it's a part of me. Um, but honestly, when stuff like that happens, it's not a reflection of like you're a bad singer or you're a good singer. It's just your voice is trying to tell you something like, "Oh, I'm using too much air here," or "Oh,
Right.
this is that part of my range where we kind of need a little bit more flexibility." So, think of it as yeah, your voice is just trying to tell you something. When you crack, your voice is trying to let go. It's trying to be like, I can't hold on anymore. Like let me release. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so please, oh my gosh, please don't feel ashamed. And I totally understand not wanting to like reveal the flawed, messy bits about ourselves, but I feel like that's why you're here, you know? Like you chose to be here
Right.
so that yeah, so that you could grow. And so I think we're all in the same boat. We all have those moments of like, oh, that was not my best. And it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Brittany says, don't be ashamed. Yeah.
Yes. And I know that there's like I was trying to do that gravelly bit too. You
Oh,
know, like the
yeah.
gravelly bit. So I'm like, okay.
Yes.
So like I'm in a place like nobody knows who I am. You know, like let's just try it, you know. And it
I'm
was a
so glad.
and so the coolest thing, like so the celebration too is this is I guess it's a super popular place and the queue was like you put in one song, you can't sing until like another 2 hours later. Like it was yeah.
That's a long time to be thinking of like, oh, I'm here, here it comes. I'm about to sing.
Right, right. And then so because it was my birthday though, they're like, "Hey, do you want to put like we were putting on our jackets, like we were getting ready to leave." And then the lady comes like, "Oh, do you want to like sing another one? It's your birthday." I'm like, "Oh, so I have a list of songs on my phone, right? My playlist. I'm like, pick one of these." And she picked one and I'm like, no, I don't like that one. So I picked the Etta James because it's short, right? It's
Yeah.
a short. I'm like, yeah, just do that one. And when I got up, I was like, why not? Let's just have fun. So I did that. And I also did All I Want for Christmas by Mariah Carey. That one was fun too. Like everyone was like dancing around on the dance floor. It was so fun.
That sounds amazing. And I mean, that's a tricky song. I feel like that's like a
I'm
marathon
gonna
of a
drop
song.
that. Well, I don't. I I have like parts of that video
Okay.
because my friend like had her selfie stick, and so she like had parts of it. So I'll drop those too because I'm not super like I'm like ooh. So you can critique those and give me some like feedback on that one too because obviously that's why we're here. I'm like, why am I not submitting these videos of myself singing? Because that's what I need. I need the feedback, and then
Yeah.
that's what this whole thing is about.
You know what? Yes, please drop the videos so that one, we can cheer you on that you got up and did karaoke, because that's a big thing. And two, I love that you like went in with just wanting to play. I feel like so much of the time we put so much pressure on singing. And especially like, I mean, as a perfectionist, like when I get up, even for karaoke, I'm like, this better be good, right? Like I better sound great. And I think it's so important to just, I think vocal freedom, feeling really free using our voices comes from playing more, comes from like
Yeah.
taking our voice to the vocal playground instead of taking it to the gym all the time. Like that's great too, like working it out, working technique, being very purposeful about what we want the outcome to be, right? How we want to sound. And also, like going in with the expectation of nothing, like having no outcome of going in and singing, like releasing, letting go of the outcome, right? And just playing, just letting your voice play. And does it always sound amazing? No. I have tried riffs that are like, that fall totally flat, right? But it's about playing and exploring. And I think the more that you can, I think the more comfortable you get with not always having to sound polished and perfect, the better singer you become. I really do. I really feel like you learn about your voice, you explore, you find out what your voice is capable of, you find out what works and what doesn't work, and you're never going to know that if you don't play and kind of release the need to be perfect. So I love that you played this week. I think that's so amazing.
I'll tell you why I get all up in my head. Uh, so I was at my mom's house and we were watching the blind auditions for The Voice. And like I'm older, right? I just turned 46. And I auditioned for American Idol back when I was still young enough to fit that demographic,
Yep.
you know. And but The Voice, they don't have the age thing, right? And I was
Mm.
like, man, because I was hearing some of the blind auditions, I was like, probably, like, get up there with the best of them,
Yeah.
like just, I was, and she was my mom, so I was like, man, I could probably do better than that guy, or said something like that, you
Yeah.
know. My mom, like, not missing a beat. She goes, but have you heard yourself sing?
Mm.
I was like, my mom's a perfectionist, but I come from a performing family. And I was like, that was so hurtful. Had I not been doing like all of this mindset work, because I'm a coach too, right? I'm a life coach. And so I take, other personal development courses and whatever. Like, had I not done like all of that mindset work, I would have like just left the house. Like,
Yeah.
that's so rude.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's still affecting me. And yeah. So I'm like, hmm. And so that's why, like, submitting the video, I'm like, have you heard yourself sing? And when I was like playing it back, I'm like, I know I have heard myself sing, and maybe she's right. And so that's why I didn't submit the video. But I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not gonna get any better. Like you said, if I don't submit the videos, if I don't get the help, if I don't get the support, I mean, that's why I'm here. Like, I show up to all the calls, as many as I can. And if I'm like, why am I here if I'm not getting the help and the support? So,
Yeah. Oh, Kylie, I love you and I'm so thankful that you're sharing this because I feel like we can all relate to somebody saying something about your voice and it being hurtful and it being mean and it's sticking with you. I think we all have voice wounds, right? And then we put up voice masks, right? When we have a voice
mm,
wound, we put up a voice mask so that no one can hurt us again. Or, I don't want to sing because I'm afraid of what my mom will say, my friends will say, maybe she's right. Maybe everybody else will think the same thing. I think we can all relate to that. And I think hurt people hurt people. And I'm not trying to say anything about your mom. I'm sure she's a
Oh, no.
lovely person. But I know for myself, my mom has said also some ugly, hurtful things to me, right? And I know that it comes from a place of insecurity, from not accepting herself. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if she sings. I don't know if she does anything creative, but maybe somebody said to her, have you heard yourself? Are you sure? Are you sure that you can do this? I don't know. You're probably not as good. You're probably not qualified. I'm not saying that it's acceptable, a worthy excuse. But I think when we can look at it from the lens of it's not about me, which is so hard because anything about us, we go, that's about me. It hurts. That hurts, right? But I think if we can look at it from the lens of it's not about me. Actually, everything that she's saying, everything that she's projecting onto me, she believes about herself. Right? That she's not good enough, that she's not worthy of being heard, that she's not worthy of whatever dreams or desires that she wants. But again, it doesn't take away the pain, the hurt, right? And I think, one, I love that you're acknowledging the hurt, the pain, letting yourself cry. I think that's step one, acknowledging, damn, that was hurtful. That hurts. And getting some perspective, kind of stepping outside and go, that's not about me. That's not true. That doesn't have to be true. I can believe that story, and it's really easy to want to believe that. And I'm going to choose to not believe that. I'm going to choose to decide to believe something different.
Yeah.
And it's so hard, but I will say, you're doing it. You wouldn't be here. You wouldn't have signed up for this. You wouldn't have invested in yourself. You would not be here on this call right now if you didn't believe there was more for you. If you didn't believe that you are worthy and capable and deserving of being heard and sharing your voice with the world. So you're here. You're doing the thing. And that is worth celebrating. That is worth truly, truly celebrating and taking the time to I'm here, I'm doing it. So I hope you can give yourself lots of love. You're getting a lot of love in the chat. Taylor says, cheering you on, Kylie. Yeah. Give yourself lots of love and give yourself some grace too. Because the vocal wounds are totally real and they're totally valid. So hand on heart, I got you. I think, and this goes into a whole nother conversation that for a whole nother other time, but I think we have to channel other voices. I think when there are voices outside of ourselves that say ugly things, that don't support us, that don't encourage us, that don't support our dreams, whatever, even sometimes I think our inner voice, right? I guess the voice in my mind goes, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you can't do this, whatever. You suck, whatever. Even my voice or the little voice in my head, my ego, can say really ugly things and I can get in my head and I can start believing that. I have been practicing and thinking about the idea of when that happens, when somebody hurts us, says something, and then we start to believe it, can we channel a different voice? Maybe it is your higher self. Maybe it's your future self, right? The 60-year-old version of Kylie, right? Or maybe it's a friend, or maybe it's a grandparent. I don't know. Some other voice that you can channel, that can be the voice of kindness, compassion, encouragement, praise, affirmation, when you don't feel like you can give it to yourself, or when you don't feel like you're getting that from people that you would like to get it from.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. But I think you're so amazing. I think you're so amazing. And I think being here and going to karaoke, despite what anyone says, and despite whatever, you not feeling amazing about it, like, you are in the arena. You're in the arena. And the people that are criticizing and the people that speak
Girl.
up about your voice or have opinions that are not that are negative, they're not in the arena. They're not playing. They are on they're on the side, right? They're up in the stands looking from afar. They're not in the arena, and you are. So
Yeah.
that, again, you're worth celebrating. You're doing the thing, right? You're doing the thing. Yeah, everybody that is in this group is in the arena. You said, I'm worth it. I'm worth investing in myself. I want to play bigger than I have been, right? I'm done playing small. I'm done believing whatever. Like, this is the next step. I'm moving forward in the direction of showing up for myself, right? So just remember, you're in the arena, and if anyone's criticizing you, they do not have enough going on in their life. They do not have enough going on in their world. I think somebody who is so secure, so confident, so like in their own lane, knows their worth, they don't criticize other people. They don't feel the need to put other people down or to speak, ugly to somebody. So again, grace for your mom, because she's doing the best she can with what she knows, with what she has, right? I have to remind myself with my mother too. She's doing the best she has. She's on earth for the first time too, right? We're all figuring it out. She's doing the best with the tools she has. And again, criticized or people who criticize people who hurt other people are dealing with hurt themselves. So know that it's not about you.
Right.
And I will end this pep talk. But you, again, yeah, you're not alone. You're not alone. And I wish I could just give you a hug. I wish we were all in the same place so I could give you a hug. But I'm giving you a virtual hug over Zoom.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm in celebration of you, and I'm in celebration of everybody here, because you have you've shown up for yourself. You've decided you're going to show up for you. And that's worth so much. Yeah. So, okay. Does anybody else? I'm getting a lot of people in the comments. Let's see. People think that because we are taking voice lessons, we think we are amazing singers. I feel an expectation to wow people if I sing in front of them. But we don't treat kids who want to learn to play basketball or violin that way. We take lessons so we can learn and improve. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not about being perfect at all. It's about always just improving, right? Working on ourselves, growing. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's such a great reminder, Brittany. Yeah, we don't look at a kid who's learning how to ride his bike and go, "What the heck? Like, you can't ride yet? What are you doing?" We give them grace. We're like, "Oh my God, that's amazing." You cheer them on, right? Yeah. Something I like to do is, again, I think we talked about this last time, but just thinking back to your you as a kid, you as a child, and then kind of looking at or thinking about my 7-year-old self would be so incredibly proud of this version of me. She'd be like, what? You get to sing and you get to work with amazing women and like you get to sing, that's your job? Like what? So I think same thing for like you, Kylie, like what? You're doing karaoke, you're singing in front of big people, like people, and you're going against what your mom said, like that's amazing. Look at you go. So that's something I like to do is like look at yourself from a different perspective and give yourself a lot of credit. Okay. I think anytime someone says something intentionally critical and cruel, particularly about someone's creative artistic efforts, it can be automatically not be taken seriously. Yeah, because there is a 100% chance that it is coming from a place other than objectivity. It is driven by that person's own insecurity. You are here for a reason because you know you have something to offer and something to gain. You got this. Oh, yeah. I think we've all heard like don't take advice or don't take criticism from somebody whose life that you don't want, right? Or who's doing something that somebody, I don't remember, I'm butchering it, but somebody that you don't admire, somebody who you don't care about or care about like, you know, resonating with their life. Yeah, I think so much of the time we take all criticism, and even if it's from somebody online, somebody left a mean comment, right? And we go, oh no, like is that true? And it's like, usually, I've gotten really mean comments on Instagram sometimes. I'll go to their profile. They have 0 followers, and it's like no one can follow them. They're not doing the thing. They're not in the arena, right? And those people, you don't take criticism from. You go, oops, it went right past me. Thanks, but no thanks. Okay, having your voice in my back pocket for this last quarter of the year has definitely changed my year around. Oh, that means so much, Taylor. The trajectory that I was on prior, I knew I needed a community where positivity and encouragement were guaranteed. Very thankful for this group and the option to tune out the noise that's around me and tune into what will fuel and benefit growth. I love that. And I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad everyone is here. Yeah. Oh, I'm so proud of everybody. I want to close us out unless anybody has any other questions. Yes, Emily, yes, let's get to you and then we will close out. Hey.
Hi there.
Hi.
I want to just say I'm in a similar age bracket, but it really doesn't matter the age. It's just that I guess as you get older, you can start to feel like there's such lost time. What am I doing? Don't know how to belt yet, in my case.
Yeah.
But then what I'm trying to get back to, and again, it doesn't matter the age, is play. Because, right, we take ourselves so seriously. And so that when you were saying that, I was like, yeah, what I've done is I've homeschooled my kids. I have one child left, a year left. And so I've provided a learning environment and a fun place for them to be kids. But in the process of that, lost the fun for myself. So now I'm opening that back up. It's like, oh, I can have fun too. That 6, 7, 8-year-old girl who way back when belted without thinking about it has gotten kind of locked up. So I'm like opening the cage. Girl, go. Like do the fun exercises and be silly and make your face like this. And,
Yep.
So this is what you have brought for me. I really thank you for that. I really do.
Gosh, I resonate with that so much. And I am so glad you're here, Emily. I'm so happy that you're here. I think we all lose that sense. I think when something's really important to us, I don't know, we think that the path has to be like, oh, I've got to like work really hard and effort my way there. And what if it wasn't? Like, what if it didn't have to be hard? What if it didn't actually have to be effort at all? What if it could be like a joy-filled path, a path of curiosity, a path of just exploring and of observation? And I think a lot of that, and I'm wanting to really create more about this in the new year for everybody in Elevate, which is like doing the soul work, bringing our soul gifts to our singing. I think we have vocal wounds, we have self-esteem wounds, we have things that kind of dim us and put us in a box as women. And I think being the singer you really want to be and being able to express yourself freely comes from like cleaning it out, like dusting it all off, and really just like thinking about the, like Michelangelo and the sculpture, like carving away the pieces that you no longer subscribe to. The pieces that, you know, the belief that singing is hard. Nope, I'm carving that out. Singing has to take a lot of work. Nope, I'm carving that out. Singing means that I'm either perfect or I'm not worthy of sharing my voice. Nope, carving that away. Like really getting clear about the thoughts and beliefs that you hold around singing, around your voice, around sharing your voice, around, yes, Catherine. Yes, I'm gonna share. Yeah, and I think we forget that we get to decide. Like we get to decide the journey. We get to decide what it looks like. We get to decide how easy it is or how hard it is. I always am like, give me the path of least resistance. Not to say that there's never going to be like challenges or tricky parts, right? But I'm not looking for singing to be hard. That's not why I sing, right? It's because it brings joy, and it's because it's fun, and it's because it takes us back to our 6-year-old, 7-year-old self that just, belted in the shower and like didn't give a crap about how it sounded or who was listening. I think a big part of like getting back into vocal play is just asking yourself, like, I want to practice today. How can I make this fun and enjoyable? Just asking yourself that before you start. How can I make this fun, enjoyable, play-filled, right? Like, and maybe that looks like going for a walk and like listening to your favorite song and just humming along. Maybe that looks like getting in your car with the windows down and like warming up with the song or doing your vocal exercises. Maybe it looks like, I don't know, singing in the shower, practicing in the bath. I don't think that there's a wrong way. I just think that there's a joyful way, and there's like a efforting structure. It has to look like this way. So I'm so glad you're here. With all that being said, I'm so glad you're here, Emily. I'm so glad that you are on the path of let's play again. Let's make this fun. Let's explore. Let's see what we have to unlock. I think that's so amazing. And I think you're in the perfect place. So I'm so excited. And 2025 is going to be so good, y'all. I just know. It's going to be so magical. Okay, so I am going to close us out for the year. And I first want to announce what's coming in January because I'm very excited. I can feel it too, Taylor. It's going to be magical. It really is. So what is coming in January is Mary Margaret Voice is launching the app. You are going to have an app on your phone, on the Apple Store that you can download. It is going to hold all of the vocal exercises, the vocal warm-ups. It's going to have monthly challenges so that you can always have something to work on. If you're like, I don't know what to work on this month, there's going to be a monthly challenge for you. You can follow along with that. I'm so excited. There are other things in the works here, like maybe featured other creators other than me on the app. Again, I'm just sharing this with you guys. I'm not actually announcing the app until January 14th. So shh, keep it under wraps. You guys are VIP, so you guys get to hear first. But the app is coming. I'm really excited. I feel like it's just going to bridge the gap between What do I practice? Where do I find warm-ups and exercises? If you're in here, you've had Singwell, and Singwell is great, but it's not accessible when you are on the go, when you're in the car and you're like, shoot, I have a gig, I need to warm up. Everything's gonna be there. You're gonna be able to add your favorite warm-ups and exercises to your favorites list so that you can create your own warm-up, your own vocal workout. Again, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. There's so much that I want to do with the app, but it's coming in January. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, I'm so excited. I know for myself, like I can, and it was really kind of a thing for myself. I was like, I don't want to have to like log into my computer or get on YouTube and try and find exercises for myself. Like I want something that I can have when I'm doing my makeup and I can just press my favorite warm up, press my exercises, get going, do it on the go. So anyway, that is coming. And with that being said, I just want to close us out, kind of wrap up the year together. Whether you have been here for a little while, whether you're new, I just wanted to say I'm so honored that you chose to work with me, chose me as your coach for a set amount of time. It does not get past me that there are so many incredible coaches. There are so many. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. I will still have the Elevate program, Brittany. Yes. Elevate's not going away. There are so many incredible coaches and voice teachers out there. It does not get past me. I never get tired. I never take for granted that all of you are here. All of you chose to be here. So thank you for letting me be a very small part of your big vocal journeys, of your big dreams and goals. And I also want to take a moment, and I want you to take a moment to celebrate yourself and to thank yourself. We've already been sharing celebrations in here, but just take a moment to thank yourself for showing up, for being here, for investing in yourself, and for committing to your growth. Because again, a lot of people don't take that step. Don't commit to that. Play small for a really, really long time. So yes, thank yourself. Just like, and I was thinking about doing like some desire mapping for the new year. I was thinking about, do we want to set intentions for 2025 for the next chapter? But you know what? I think as much as I love doing that, and we will do that in January. So if you're here in January, the first call, we're going to set intentions. We're going to get some goals set. But I think as much as I love taking action, manifesting, creating, being in the driver's seat, and really like kind of thinking about what we want for the next chapter, I think this is a season of reflection. And I think it's so, so important, and just as important, to take the time to reflect and to celebrate where you are, to celebrate who you are in this moment. And so I just want you to think about who you were at the beginning of this year. Who you were at the beginning of the year. And for me, I don't have a great memory, so I have to like go back in my journals and go back and read journal entries and go, what was I doing in January? But think back, what were you doing at the beginning of the year? Who were you? What were you thinking about? What kind of beliefs did you hold? What were your habits? What did you want? What were your desires? And then I want you to think about who you are right now, who you have become. And think about your journey. Like, what got you here? What were the transformations that happened this year? What was the growth? What kind of growth happened this year? And this can be big, this can be small. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You grew. If you're here, you grew. And I just want you to think about the progress you've made, the steps that you've taken, the shifts that have happened. Maybe you've had some mindset shifts or some vocal shifts, maybe something big. You unlocked a part of your voice this year. Maybe you ditched a belief that you held onto for a lot of years. You ditched that this year. And I want you to just take a moment to celebrate yourself. Like, you're here. Celebrate where you are. Of course, there's still things that we want to do. There's still the dreams and big desires and things that we want to achieve. But I just, now and for the rest of the year, I want you to take time to really reflect on who you were, who you've become, how you've shown up, and really take the time to celebrate yourself. Because it's so important. It's so important to celebrate and acknowledge the transformations. And I would love to know what you're celebrating as far as if there's been a big shift, if there's been a mindset shift. Maybe you ditched a belief or ditched a mindset or ditched a thought pattern this year. Maybe you unlocked a part of your voice. Maybe you made big progress in an area. I want to know. Put it in the chat. And if you want to think about it. Share it in Telegram later. If you're a journaler, maybe you want to go back to some journal entries and look back at what you were doing in January and all the things that have happened to get here. But take some time to celebrate yourself, whether that is a solo dance party, whether that's taking a drive and listening to your favorite music and just giving yourself a moment, whether that is treating yourself to a spa day or just sitting down with yourself and like taking a few deep breaths and just really thanking yourself for being here. Make sure to celebrate yourself. Yeah. Celebrating finding my mixed voice. That's massive, Kylie. Yes, yes, yes. Celebrating submitting my videos for feedback. Love it. Valentina says, that's such a good question. I was grieving multiple losses and now I'm in the middle of launching my coaching program. It's amazing. It showed me how short life could be and I wanted to launch it while I'm here. Yeah. Gosh, that definitely puts stuff in perspective, right? Like, this is your one life. This is your one life. You get to choose your character. You get to choose how you live it. So have fun. Be playful about it. Like, don't show up as a dimmed down version of you. Post the videos. Go to karaoke. Like, just play big. Celebrating opening my mouth to say what I need to say, which is opening up my singing voice. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yeah, I think that's a huge part of singing is, I think as women, we've been told to stay quiet, don't be loud, don't be messy, like don't sound bad, don't make a mistake. And I think honestly, like being okay with being messy and being playful and exploring, I think it goes against everything that I was brought up, like believing about what I needed to be and who I needed, how polished I needed to be. And I think a big part of your ability for vocal freedom when singing is expressing yourself, expressing what needs to be said. Because I think when we don't say what we want to say, the blocks start happening, right? So allow yourself to express yourself, to be authentic to you, to be authentically you, to show up as the person you want to be without bounds, to say what you need to say, to share your voice, no matter the outcome, no matter the opinions. I think that's so huge. And I think that is an ongoing practice. I think it's an ongoing practice to really remove any blocks from speaking our truth, speaking what matters to us, singing and sharing our voices. Yeah. Celebrating my mental shifts surrounding my voice, being intentional about my goals and dreams. No one else is going to make it happen for me. Yeah. It's so true. It's so true. No one else can do it but you. I love that. I'm so proud of each and every one of you. I'm celebrating each and every one of you. Again, this is a requirement. Go celebrate yourself. Doesn't matter how it looks, but go celebrate yourself for being here, for showing up for yourself, for choosing to go towards your dreams and not stay in your comfort zone. There's so much to celebrate. So go celebrate yourself. And I'm so excited to see everybody in January. I am so excited for the app to be here. I think it's just going to be a really, really amazing tool. And I'm excited to share more. I hope everybody has an amazing holiday. Again, I hope you have time to rest and reflect and go inward and just have an amazing, joyful holiday. Again, celebrate yourself. I'm celebrating right alongside you. And I'll see everybody in January. And again, I'll be here on Telegram. So if you want to send in videos for video feedback, I'm not going anywhere. I probably won't answer on Christmas Day, but please keep in touch and we will see each other on January 9th. I'm so excited, and we'll do some intention setting to kind of lead us into the next chapter. I love y'all. Have an amazing holiday. You're welcome. Enjoy the holidays, and I'll see everyone soon. Bye, everyone. Merry Christmas.